Hello. So it's been a while since I've done an actual spoken video. Most of the things I released recently were just quick captures. I decided that maybe it's time to make an actual small video. So there's been a few versions of Encounter released after the main release. I think we are currently at 1.06 with a lot of small bug fixes and things like that. But there's been no update in the last months, and I was mostly working on joystick and Steam Deck support. So Encounter is a text adventure game where you type stuff, and some people don't like that, and that's okay. The main problem is you can play Encounter on the Steam Deck. It actually works well, but there is no keyboard on this thing, so you need to use a virtual keyboard. And the virtual keyboard does not play very nicely. I tried, it's terrible. So I tried to come up with a way to play just using a single 4-direction button, old style thing, with a single fire. And basically that makes the game looks now more like, let's say, a point-and-click adventure like Monkey Island or Zack McCracken, Maniac Mansion. It's not as advanced, but basically the game become kind of similar. So what does that require in practice? So let's see first just the standard emulated version. So when you start, the joystick does not work because by default the rig does not have a joystick interface. But you can go there, and then you can select one of the many different interfaces. So the EGK is basically the most commonly used these days. Pace, Altai, Mageco are another type of interface which was problematic because when you did the contact it will impact the sound. Opel is another one, and Decathlonic, I don't know anyone who had one. Oh, and this is a bug. That's also why the game has not been released in this new version. I need to go through everything. So I'm just going to reset quickly. And I'm going to select EGK. So I press there. And then you can use just a command like that. Press a button to start. So you can still use the keyboard, so you can do regarde voiture. C'est ma voiture, it's my car. But I must finish the mission first. You can do take bag. So you can do a combination of things. You can use the joystick to move to the next place, but you can also use the keyboard arrows. So all the thing works together. And you can even do some hybrid things, like you can press space instead of fire to do take. You can take salpetre, and when it asks you in what, you can say sac. So basically the two systems work side by side. One problem I had was that in the original game, to go up and down, you had to press shift, and obviously that does not work. So here I made it so you can do diagonals. So you can see here D for down, M for monter. So that's the emulation version. So on Steam Deck, to run the Steam Deck, you need this tool, the SteamOS DevKit client. Yeah, it's free. You just get it in the Steam store. Then you can launch it. And you need to pair the Steam Deck. It's a bit like Android. you need to do connect, and then it needs to be enabled on Wi-Fi, etc., etc. And after it's relatively easy, so you can define a number of places where it's going to store the pictures if you capture them, this kind of thing. And here you map basically the project location, your Steam install of your game, and a command to upload it. So here I just built the French version. So I'm going to deploy that one. Oops, encounter, not encounter. You just do upload. Then you do a bunch of things, and at some point it's going to be on the Steam Deck. So let me switch to the other camera. So here we can see the Steam Deck. It does not upload on the main project. It creates a second object. Project, sorry. So go there, play. So on here you don't have to enable the joystick interface, because with the Steam Deck system you can remap all the control to what you want. So what I did is I made my own control where basically all these things, that stuff, all that is mapped to the keyboard, and all these are basically fire. So music and effect, press space, so the A key. Start the game. So take the bag, inspect the newspaper. I'm going to make a bit of room in my inventory, so I don't need the newspaper anymore. I don't need the map. Can take the salpetre, put it in the bag. So you see there is a cancel button. It's where you want to cancel the option. And you can see at the bottom the command is created in real time. And I'm sorry for the quality of the picture, it's a secondary welcome, but that should give an idea. Take the bucket, take the rope. And now I'm going in the house to show how we go up and down the staircase. So here we can either press diagonal like that, can press diagonal like that, or like that, does not matter. As long as you have up plus either left or right, or down plus either left or right, that works. That works with all the pads. So go down, go front, go up, go up. Which also means that basically the game is pretty much playable by left-handed or right-handed people. And you can even play with one single hand. and let's see the dog. So, why did it take so long? The main reason is I was out of memory. The C compiler we are using is very old, not been very updated since the 90s, and it generates very, very big code. There are much better compiler now, but problems that they come with their entire ecosystem, their own assembler, their own linker, and that will require a massive upgrade of the entire toolchain. So probably going to happen at some point. Encounter development will have been much easier with a better compiler. But I mean, things are what they are. And yeah, that's about the current status right now. So the idea is that I'm going to try to fix the small bug, do some playthrough, and then try to push a version on Steam on itch.io by the end of the weekend. It's not going to be an official Steam Deck version, but hopefully people will give me feedback because they can install it and play it, and ask and tell me if there are things that should be changed. So yeah, expect a Steam Deck version quite soon. And in a few days, that's the Steam Spring sales, and the game is on a small rebate. So for people who want to try it and give their support, feel free to get the game. And at some point when I'm finished, I will have some more significant reductions, so more people can play it. But it doesn't feel like necessary to try to get as many people until the game is enjoyable by more people. Another thing I need to do is get rid of this bar there, which is from the emulator. On this version of the emulator, it's not possible to remove, but in new version it's possible. Except the new version have a different version of SDL, which handles the keyboard inputs differently, so that needs to be fixed. Another thing that I want to handle is these better joysticks. So these don't work. That one is mapped very weirdly. That one crash, or at least makes Oricutron quit on startup, so that's something definitely wrong. And funnily enough, this very clicky piece of crap is actually 100% working. You can move, you can do the diagonal. If you enable the analog mode, you can even move with the stick. So I'm not sure what they did, but that one actually works. So yeah, there you go. That was all for this update. Have a nice weekend.